The sound of these reeds rustling in the night wind really does sound like the rain I used to hear as a child. Back then, I only found it disruptive to my sleep. But now it sounds like a rare moment of tranquility.
Miru 玩你最爱的女性力量。
挑美。米拉。是。
圈 A 和 KAA 下划线317，后排提示：此人已被绞杀。
听到没？
圈 A 和 KAA 下划线317，没有。
明天早点来啊。黑的肉，咱们西部牛仔吧。他这个图被集美喷了，哦，不是这个图，是另外一张图被集美喷，被喷内宅，我靠！看有几张，还挺不错。听完这剧情不错。
圈 A 和 KAA 下划线317，后排提示：此人 Otaku。
I have to show you a grand adventure unique to White Sands. Scorching sand, clear skies, and the blazing sun. Get a new hairstyle, throw on some light clothes, hop in the car, and put the pedal to the metal. A fight to the death against desperados. That's the most common beginning of an adventure story.
Desperados. 上来就不会。亡命之徒。
Of course, there will be bounty hunters too. They're all the same. Cunning, yet generous. Bang! They always hit the bullseye with a wide grin. The wind, the car races, and the sand that gets into your mouth from all the laughter.
为啥他不读你弹幕呢？
圈 A Miru test。
这等下就把它关。
The wind, the car races, and the sand that gets into your mouth from all the laughter.
这我现在要把它关了。我享受剧情，不能被你个傻逼。OK， 说话试试。哎，还能说话吗？
Blow it up! Blow it up! Dazzle everyone with a mind-blowing hero's entrance! Of course, there will be bounty hunters too. They're all the same. Cunning, yet generous. Bang! They always hit the bullseye with a wide grin. Who's the hero? Do you even need to ask? Of course, It's the great hero who beat the desert bandits, tamed the bounty hunters, and defeated all the chumps.
或许这个菖蒲是我们 president 好吧
Bounty my ass! Quit acting cool and save your own fucking skin first! Why am I driving? I don't have a license!
对什么海拉宝宝？海拉宝宝，你是一个宝宝。The engine roars and bullets whiz through the air. Hela screams as she grips the drum barge's steering wheel.
I haven't even sat in the driver's seat much, let alone get a license! If we crash into something, we're all fucking downed!
The figure next to Hela leisurely licks the brim of her head and gets the relentless pursuers behind with a smile.
Don't worry, it's no biggie. There's a first for everything. I was around your age when I first drove too. This is the steering wheel, and that's the gas pedal. Got it? Now drive!
他就说了啥？看一下录播。We're flipping， 我刚刚 flip over， 服了。Bounty hunt. Losers lose all, and winners win the bounty. This is the rule bounty hunters live by. 这个赏金猎人是我们 DOTA 2里。
Follow Nino-sama well, and don't get blown away by the wind!
那么西部啊，这个。Few hours ago, marketplace, white sands raging. Market is bustling with more stores and crowded with people. Caravans passing through white sands stop here to replenish supplies and gather information, while some merchants try to sell off surplus goods. Blending into the crowd, a small group inconspicuously slip into the marketplace.
Stay alert. The target is cunning. We need to gather as much intelligence as possible. We must not lose track of it.
哎，这个是那谁，赫罗啊！我靠。
Stay alert. The target is cunning. We need to gather as much intelligence as possible. We must not lose track of it.
Oro, is it okay to leave the NPC's girl alone in the car?
It's really dangerous here. It's for her own good to leave her there. She'll understand. First things first. Let's move.
Oro gestures to the other Legion members, and they quietly throw on their cloaks, disappearing into the crowd. The boss show of the market offers the Legion excellent cover, but it's not quite as good. It's not quite as kind to the little town trailing behind them.
Damn it! There are too many people here! How did Horo and the others disappear with just a few turns? Did they find out I was tailing them and ditch me on purpose? No way.
It's future.
Just trying to learn from you guys. It's not like I'll hold you back. Why do you have to keep me out?
那 ditch 还有摆脱的意思，我靠。 不辞而别。
I'm not that useless. Seriously.
かわいい。配音好好，这个音配。After struggling to navigate through the crowd, Hela finally finds a high vantage point. Standing on her tiptoes, she scans the crowd but finds no trace of her target. 那局长呢？他说就一个人在这里。Hela ruffles her hair in frustration, takes a deep breath and exhales loudly.
Who cares? I will definitely get stronger as long as I keep trying. Alright, I need some intel now. Crowded places are always good for intel.
There's a little store nearby where shabby parasols cast shade over a low table. Next to the table is a tall wooden board with a few wanted posters fluttering in the dry wind. Parasol 什么？遮阳伞。And wanted individuals are sitting and having a blast right under their own wanted posters.
Keep going. I just scored some pricey goods. My luck is on fire.
On the table, dice rattle happily inside wooden beer mugs. The wanted posters over their heads do not ruin the desert bandits mood at all, playing cards and bragging about their hold loudly. 活着啊，后是什么意思？非法物品，波拉，大批赃。
Goods? I remember Horo mentioned something about keeping an eye on some goods too. I'll listen in for you.
He crouches low and carefully sneaks closer to the desert bandits, trying to catch snippets of their conversation. Luckily, her tiptoeing goes unnoticed in this overly busy market. 60帧路边玩，他们全油管没有第二个人在播。哦，有一个。他们有个泰国人在播，我看两眼。Her disappointment. The bandits' conversations hold little substance. Just talk of food, drinks, farm, and loot. There's no mention of the pricey goods at all. Hela listens for so long that her legs nearly go numb, but she still learns nothing of importance. Until a figure brushes past Hela towards the desert bandits and takes a seat at their table. 60帧路边玩，他妈福利能不能好点？ The sun shines on the hot ground and a gentle breeze rustles the thick layers of unwanted posters. 哦，这首经典这首。The woman removes her hat, locks eyes with the bandits, and speaks in a relaxed tone. 好听啊，这首。
Playing a game? Can I join? Dice? Poker? Or how about something more thrilling?
主人， A wanted poster is slapped onto the table. It's the one of the Death Bandit leader.
How about a bounty game? Long time no see, old buddy. Pulled off some big heists recently? Your bounty's gone up quite a bit. Congrats.
害死盗窃抢劫。来，你最爱吃 English。
Bounty hunter. Corn, this is not your place to talk.
What? Don't want to see me? Feeling scared? Don't want to play some cards? Or maybe...
The green laser perched on the woman's rifle jars. Its eyes around.
Oh, I get it. You're afraid you can't even beat a little lizard, and that I'll send you back in, right?
Before she even finished her words, the table split over with great force. A Death Bandit suddenly attacked, heading straight for Corey. Woman movements too fast to follow. She doesn't even fire her rifle, but simply knocks the enemy to the ground with the butt of her gun. Disregarding the glares of the other Death Bandits, Corinne puts on her head with panache and pulls out another wanted poster from her pocket to compare. panache 是什么？是 panache 是羽毛装饰，就是。
Wow! You're the one with the highest bounty. Looks like I'm in luck today. How about the rest of you? Want to come at me all at once?
Damn you! Who the hell do you think you are?
Seeing their leader knocked to the ground, the other bandits grow furious and dash toward Corin, but their fallen leader stops them.
Wait a sec. Why is my pocket so light? Something's wrong. Where's my stuff?
The goods are missing. The bandit leader glancing Corin, but bounty hunter shrugs innocently, as if to say it has nothing to do with her.
Boss, everything we robbed this morning is gone! The boxes we put there are gone too! Carajo! There's a thief! A thief!
The crowd of onlookers finally starts to stir. Everyone frantically check their pockets to see if they were being picked. And Hela, who has been watching the farce throughout, can't hold back her laughter any longer. It's too late to cover her mouth. Her sneaky face is spotted by the bandits at the crime scene. The eyes meet, and Hela finally gets a good look at his face. It's the same old John, the Death Bandit, tangled with the last chance you can do wise sense. The good news is Hela's wearing a new outfit today to secretly follow Horror. Plus, it's been 2 years. He's probably long forgotten her.
Boss, this girl looks familiar. She's a cop from this city. Hey! Was it you who stole our stuff?
Bad news is just these Death Bandits might be dumb, but their memory is sharp.
What cop? A cop in White Sands? You got the wrong person, bro. I proudly serve Syndicate Legion Commander Horo, the shorty with the big axe. We're childhood buds. I knew her when she was just this tall.
As she speaks, she gestures to the height of her knee.
Legion?
Cal hesitates upon hearing the famous name. The Legion's reputation does work wonders, even outside Syndicate.
No, wait. Legion my ass. I recognize you. You're that damn BBQC cop who beat us up 2 years ago.
EPQC 也太高了。
BBQC! No. Look, BBQ. I really don't know what you're talking about. The Legion left a long time ago.
You little vixen, still lying? I'll break your leg!
Plane jump didn't work, time to run. Without a second thought, Hela dashes off, not forgetting to flip her finger back to them.
So, you want things the hard way, huh? I just wasn't in the mood to stir up trouble. It's not because I'm scared of you.
Passing corner, Hela suddenly kissed over a nearby store. Couple wooden ball forms a shell in the narrow passage. The red queen of Syndicate spins around and grabs the pipe, preparing to face the enemy.
Break my leg? Ha! I haven't been in the Syndicate all these years for nothing. I'll grow a new leg for every one you break. Come on, let's go one-on-one. Wonder how long you White Sands punks could last.
So you're in charge this time?
I'm ready anytime.
Come with me. But I should switch to a cooler battle model next time.
They will be.
White Sands punks have no fucking shame! A whole lot of you ganging up on one little girl? Come on and fight me one-on-one!
Get her!
More bandits closing. Escape is Hela's specialty, but this isn't Syndicate, and Hela is unfamiliar with the terrain. She soon gets surrounded. Hela jumps onto a pile of goods, whacking over whoever tries to approach. As she swings her pipe, someone grabs her arm from behind, pulling her backward.
Follow me! This way!
Hela slashes through Tree Street and turns, running around the market several times before finally dunking into a hidden corner. You squash behind the wooden fence. The desperate bandits don't notice little hideout and run past, shouting, Hela panting heavily. Finally gets a chance to look at her savior. Cory notices her gaze and turns to smile back at Hela.
Are you that bounty hunter?
Yep, that's me, the best bounty hunter in White Sands. And this is my trusty partner, Sheriff the Lizard.
Sheriff the Lizard. The lizard flicks his tail at Hela to say hi.
You can call me Corin, or any other nice words you can think of. It's all good. As for you, little one, are you a cop or with the Legion?
Corin looks at Hela inquisitively. The scrapes from her recent fight are healing rapidly. Hela's eyes dart around and she quickly speaks up.
Why would the cops hire a child? We Legionnaires are the mortal enemies of the cops. We beat them up, stole their clothes, then beat up the desert bandits in their clothes. It's all a misunderstanding. If we weren't so scattered now, I would have summoned 800 fellow Legionnaires to pummel them silly. Well, that's not important now. Getting away is our priority. Could you Please cover me, pretty lady. The Legion will definitely thank you big time later.
Bounty Hunter ponders, simply not convinced a kick can offer much of reward.
Thank me, huh? How big of a reward are we talking about? We bounty hunters have a clear price tag.
I'll thank you with the chariot! Plus a month's salary of some big dummy as your pocket money.
Bluff slips out easily. Corin pauses, then bursts into laughter.
Salary? All right then, for the sake of our fateful encounter.
Pulls out the crumpled wanted poster from her pocket, showing the Desert Bandit portraits to Hela.
The desert bandits chasing you just stole someone else's hypercube, but they didn't keep an eye on it. Now they're taking it out on you, thinking you're the thief who stole their loot. These guys are incompetent, but they hold grudges like no other. It's not easy to escape. Let me think.
Footsteps echo on the other side of the fence. Corin quickly holds her breath, shouting Hela with her body, and looks on warily. The Desert Bandits are back. There's only one patch outside the hiding spot, and they will soon search here.
Shit! We're cornered!
Don't worry. These desert bandits always stick together. Beat them on the left and more will come from the right. It's like fighting cockroaches. They're not that strong, but just won't die. However, this fighting style has many loopholes. If you find a gap in their encirclement, you can easily slip away.
漏洞。Corin speaks in a light-hearted manner, as if everything's under control, and that beating the desert benches is as simple as sweating bugs. Ella can hardly see Corin Bankledge face clearly, but she can't help but grab her outstretched hand.
By the way, what's your name, miss?
Hela! I just go by Hela.
Nice to meet you, little Hela. It's a bit sudden, but get ready and take a deep breath. Time to make a run for it!
Before the girl can react, Corin yanks Hela into her arms and kicks over the wooden fence in front of them.
So there you are. Get 'em, boys!
Bandit leader barely finished his sentence before Corin kicks him over. Hela staggers as Corin pulls her forward. She looks up and sees Corin's big smile.
Let's go! I'm gonna take you for some thrills!
This little win pleases you?
我外面吃饭呢，我靠！我们大概看一两节吃饭，然后到时候看中文。Then clear sky, sunshine, and gas pedal that can't let up. One slam down.
Stay back. Don't poke your head out.
A shabby buggy speeds past, stirring up a cloud of dust. The desert bandits are still in hot pursuit. Buggy 什么？越野车。
Like it?
Love it! That old dummy drove by the rules. So boring and slow. Finally, I get to enjoy the ride!
哦，张敏是局长哦，我靠！这张敏是不是在局长？Seeing Hella's excited face, the bounty hunters laughed heartily.
Great! There's no one to stop us in White Sands. We can drive as fast as we want. Come, little Hella, you hit the gas.
Seeing this, Corin leaps from the driver's seat, grabs Hella by the collar, and drops her in the driver's seat. Then she turns around, gun aimed toward the back.
What? No! I've only ever been a passenger! Come back here!
Your short arms are perfect for driving, darling. You'll be fine. You're easily a natural who, like those daredevils, simply won't crash. Just floor it and hold tight to the wheel.
Daredevil 无网大男。
As for me,
Corin gets the rifle loaded.
I have to show you a grand adventure unique to White Sands.
Holy shit!
这游戏在路边玩的。柳生也不中下国际服，不把他们国际服当真。我就没看到这游戏宣传。The shabby dream buggy bursts out, bouncing a few times on the ground before finally stabilizing. Ella is sitting in the driver's seat. Scared but safe. Corin tries to lean out and shoot but nearly gets hit by bullets from behind.
Can't hit him. Need a better position.
Give it up now!
Another wave of gunfire crackles. The shabby little buggy speeds along the transport route, tied by striking desert bandits. Striking 什么来着？尖叫。Drinking. Drinking. Holding down her head with one hand, Corin finally gets a chance to glance back at the trembling Hella.
Steering wheel? Gas pedal? Gears? Wait, which one's the brake?
Oh, it's simple. Hold the wheel tight and floor the gas. The brake? What of it? You won't need it.
Steps down on the gas pedal all the way, pushing the vehicle to its limit, but the bandits are still closing in. His fortunes always come in a battle. A flash appears in the rearview mirror. Rear mirror 是后视镜。Rearview mirror, a gleaming cannot barrel is aimed right at the little shabby buggy. 好听啊，这个。
Little Hella, get ready. We're gonna jump out of the car.
Huh?
Now!
Corin grabs the steering wheels, slams it to the left, and the car instantly veers off course. Rifle muzzle flares and traces of mania crawl up the shooter's face. The sinuous shooter spins around and fires. The bullet hits the engine of the vehicle behind.
Bullseye.
Next second, flames shook skyward. The two are blown away by the explosion's shockwave, landing in the sand below the cliff. 他妈一直在复读干嘛？ The wind sweeps across the sand. The entire area is deserted. Half a ruined car frame tilts on the sand. Parts and metal scrap are scattered everywhere, while the near total engine emits a puff of a black smoke. Rustle, rustle. A green lizard scurries across the sand. Leaving a trail of tiny footprints. It carefully circles the ground and finally finds a softer patch of sand, patting it gently with its claws. Oof, a hand bursts through the sand. Corin crawls out, pulling out a coughing Hella with her.
Little Hella! Hey, snap out of it! Still alive? Still mad? Oh, come on, you did great! Here, if it helps, you can pinch my left cheek to let off some steam. Please be gentle. My skin's delicate. I can't take too much pain.
Corin actually leans her face closer only to find Hella looking up with shining eyes.
That was awesome! Didn't expect driving to be this fun! Is bounty hunting always this thrilling? I had a blast! I really wish that Dummy and Hecate were here to see this. When we were retreating, they wouldn't let me touch the wheel. But look at me now! I'm a fantastic driver!
哇，当米果然是说那么局长 Hecate。
That name sounds familiar.
Corin seems to ponder something. Hella quickly waves her hand to change the subject.
Oh, and that shot of yours! The last one! Bang! It made the desert bandits bite the dust! So cool! Can you teach me? I want to be a badass like you. This is why I left the city!
啊，所以他为什么来？这是剧情接哪的？ Hela wields a pipe like a gun, striking a cool shooting pose. Corin bursts into laughter.
What's so funny? I'm serious. You saw how I helped earlier, right? Even though I didn't know how to drive, I took you on a wild ride! I'm a quick learner! Please teach me! After what we've been through together, we are now kind of, partners, right?
Of course! I'm delighted to meet a partner like you. But...
Wind suddenly picks up as the blazing sun starts to set. The wind in White Sands gradually turns cold. Hela gets hit by the chill and sneezes hard.
See, the wind in White Sands is deadly. After a whole day of adventure, the heroes need to find a place to rest.
Corin checks the sun to determine the direction and makes a decision.
We're not far from the old route. There's a place nearby where we can stay. The town's small, but we will probably be able to get a new car. So, can you still walk?
After a long, bumpy journey, Hela finally sees a destination before her legs give out. Bumpy, 颠簸的不平的。It's a really small town, nestled in the lee of a massive wall of sand. Buildings are old and look like they will soon be swallowed up by the sand. A wooden sign hangs over the town's gate, if that shaky frame can even be called one. Looking up, Hela sees a few big letters carved on it. It's a really simple word. Even Hela can read it out.
Tuco?
This
Taco.
little win pleases you?
Taco
Cute.
Tuesday.
Save that smile. You'll wear it out after the next 1,000.
Taco Tuesday 呢？ An oasis in the desert. 绿洲嘛，这是。Traveler's paradise and a perfect vacation spot.
Zero casualties required.
我去弄个东西吃。不弄个东西，我去把饭拿过来。等我一下。我去给你导播的东西。让东西给你导播吧。猫和老鼠呢？我真恶哭，好吧，我真恶哭。歌剧演员反映最佳歌曲，他妈歌剧演员他妈长这样啊！
我说你不知道接下来怎么做人得，所以对于您的理解上，什么是您所理解的酒味？能否举例说？这种事情不要问我，大哥，你就说你不知道接下来怎么做人得，这都要做问卷，这都要做问卷，1999完蛋了，1999完蛋了，1999完蛋了。
此时主包还以为是和以前一样的问卷知道。
怎么还有内陆服的事？商会，
我们等下回来看这个吧。
Reverse 1999 has been a game that I've been following for nigh on 2 years now. Fully played everything or caught up, but it's a game I frequently come back to. The amazing thing is that the Reverse 1999 OST is now available on all major streaming platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music. It's pretty cool that now finally, like, obviously the gameplay and the visuals are already stunning as it is, but now also this music can also be heard wherever you listen to music, which is dope. It's a real flowing feast, which is the name of the latest update. I'm going to be listening to 5 songs from Reverse 1999, guessing what I think things are going on, what it's about, what the visuals are, and then afterwards I'm going to check out some pictures to see how right I was about each piece. Let's dive into it. So this first piece I'm checking out.
等一下，我突然这个到这也要看，我先找点我今天看过的。我突然间。
投票把谁拆了做流麻。1999周边开箱，
这期只想要个满赠，但是其实已经忘记满赠是什么了。
这2套吧唧都买了负数。
圈 A Pong Pong 还能说话吗？
大人们，你们觉得这个长安会拆了做流麻吗？看一眼虚构及美貌，线下快闪这个 BB 也是萌的不行啊！
太美了，321拆了做流麻。
这几款都买了负数。
321投票把谁拆了做流麻？
圈 A 黑 AA 下划线317，你已急哭。
萌物，长安就这么被维尔汀统治了。这套画集送的立牌也是美的不行，
为了立牌买了2本。
开始沉浸式美图翻翻看模式。1999周边开
一样，梁月跟说实话，真的没人讲梁月这个动画很敷衍吗？本人是有入手这个皮肤的想法的，因为这个形似猫猫耳的发型真的很萌。刚入坑或者不了解的，我可以给你们放下对比。这个是梁月的动画，很丝滑的转场。都觉得很帅，没有什么问题，对吧？然后来看一起出的牙仙，这个我也准备入手，因为真的很好看。看完了觉得很美，和梁月差不多，是不是？其实我要连这个一起吐槽，从娜娜这里开始看，你们就知道了。首先就是开场这个旋转的苹果，丝滑接入，看完这个觉得没什么的，可以再看一下露西3D 建模起手。还 这种幅度比较大的动作。再来看曲娘，独立开头，飘带转场，很美对吧？再来看37，依旧3D 开头，很丝滑的切入。重磅选手来了，来的晚。这个3D 开头我不多说。
猫和老鼠。
反正总结下来就是，梁月和牙仙的开头就俩，扇子在那一折，啪嗒一下就跳到例会动图。我真感觉这个单独开头挺单调的，不像娜娜和曲娘那样的话的单独独立开头，还没有像露西和37那样的3D 开头，很敷衍的扇子一折，两人的动作也少得可怜。牙仙手动2下，我就不说什么了，毕竟跟曲娘一样，梁月跟佛师的站在那里，光让强梁和一浮动了，最后突然斩一下，我甚至都没有反应过来。我承认他俩的服装设计很好，但我不想上线看到一个人像佛一样站在那里，只有衣服在动，然后突然又斩我一下。我花98就是为了让他在我进游戏的时候美美迎接我，结果就一个动图。说白了，我把他的皮肤放上看板，还不如放动2。首先就是独立开头。还有这个转场。梁月还会去喷顶上那个小白蛇。总之，不管你们怎么想，反正我是觉得梁月的98元皮开场很敷衍。有人可能会觉得我是多，但不管怎么说，梁月和牙仙的98皮和之前大相径庭。从露西、37还有新 T 的皮肤就可以看出对比了。但不管怎么说，我还是会买这个皮肤的。说实话，真的没人讲梁月这个动画很敷衍吗？本人是有入手这个皮肤的想法的。因为这个形似猫猫耳的发型真的很萌，刚入坑或者不了解的，我可以给你们放下对比。这个是梁月的动画，很丝滑的转场，都觉得很帅，没有。
在古代，穷人被曲娘变成路鼠，到底有多爽？你叫魏尔婷，是一名普通的农民。自从上次转纺车转出红色小纸人后，你就一直对纺车念念不忘。可惜纺车再也没有发过光，你去转也没有反应。直到一天早上，你在家门口的树桩上发现了一只撞死的兔子。这兔子生得极其古怪，通体橙黄，还没有眼睛。你隐约感觉这兔子和纺车有点联系。于是，在傍晚，你又带着兔子去了纺车那里。在接近纺车的瞬间，兔子消失了。纺车再次发出了橙光，你一转，水底浮出了一个相同的橙色四边形。你惊喜的伸手，可这次却没有漫天纸鱼飞舞，反而你脑中浮现了一个姑娘的身影。她喊着什么，就向你伸出了手。随后你身上冒出青烟，眼前忽的一黑，便晕了过去。再次醒来时，你感觉自己身体有些沉重，往水边一照，竟看到一只鹿模样的生物。你大为震惊。你适应了一下这具身体，发现自己皮糙肉厚，还能召唤雷电。可是好景不长，皇帝听说了你这只奇兽的消息，便派了官兵来收集你。可是官兵的剑矢和矛都是无阶刺的，非克制攻击根本无法对你造成伤害。谁成想呢，这反而给官兵叠了很多层炽热。于是官兵就这么尽数倒在了你的面前。忽然你感觉自己激情澎湃，猛地朝着官兵来的地方一跃，再落下，就这么落在了皇宫里。皇帝看你来了，忙令官兵抓住你，可满朝文武无一人敢动。于是皇帝为求保命，交出了他的全收集账号。你就这么达成了全收集，走上人生巅峰。在古代，穷人被曲娘变成路鼠，到底有多爽？你叫魏尔婷，是一名……
好，现男美秀也是被逼疯了。已经可以想象到，美秀族每次出角色被骂后抓狂的问：酒味到底是什么？ 这下好了，直接上问件问玩家。我搞欧西都没这次酒的问件详细。说实在的，其实我也不知道酒味是什么。每次大家骂角色没酒味的时候，我都不知道在骂什么。大家所说的潮湿感，我也完全理解不了。所以深蓝，你问我算是问错人了。这题咱就跳过吧。
圈 A 和黑 AA 下划线317，你问卷填哪去了？圈 A pong pong uru， 我昨晚直播填的呀。圈 A 和黑 AA 下划线317，你又没填完。 圈 A 黑 A 下划线317，后排提示：此人死了。圈 A 黑 A 下划线317，圈 A Pong Pongiru， 密码的第5人格都来了。 圈 A 和黑 AA 下划线317，第五人格怎么你了？圈 A 和黑 AA 下划线317，我猫和老鼠呢？
会财团，保护伞，大哥哥，我操！直接像问。
好，深蓝美术也是被逼疯了，已经可以想象到美术组每次出角色被骂后抓狂的味。
这玩家真急吗？我的天哪！哈利波特。零知识模，这也太老了。就这样。哈，哎，这么直白吗？你希望以后出的角色是什么性别？直接问可还行？男的、女的，还有无性别可选，真是太自由了，是吧？什么就是你对这人类型有什么印象深刻的作品和角色？就是我要抄作业，请玩家把作业递给我，有点过分了。年龄观感，我知道他肯定是因为那个老登池子太难看了，应该是，看来是男性老登可能又要被滚出了。男性可能会继续吧，我看他可能还要观望一下那个下个版本那个陈和光，我看人气挺高的。但是男老登可能不行啊，这都什么问题啊？如果您选中的角色是您现实中认识的人，您希望他和您的关系是？这种题目很奇怪，什么意思？我要当梦女，他希望我去当梦女吗？什么意思啊？这个题还要性格上的倾向，大哥你不能这样啊！我觉得他收集完了这个问卷以后，根据问卷来去捏一个人了吧？先抄抄作业，然后捏一下性格，什么玩意儿啊？搞不懂，但是为了60语句我会写的。具备的特征是，大哥这也太多了，你还只能给我选5项。大哥你就说你不知道接下来怎么做人得，这都要做问卷，这都要做问卷，1999完蛋了，1999完蛋了，1999完蛋了。哎呦，还有啊，支配服从的性格维度，忠犬护短，柔弱怎么还出现了2遍？你有问题，好怪啊！还有智力和教育的设定，我觉得他们好奇怪，他好像把自己设计角色的一整套这个流程都给玩家直接看了。10分应该是6这种角色，0分是杰西卡这种，这些都是可以同时存在的吗？我就想，怎么还有啊？道德感高低，这绝对是伊戈尔的问题，因为伊戈尔就是叛逃过一次，他不是叛向那个重塑之手了一次，然后还杀死了很多我们这边的人，但结果他进来了。 特征是绅士感，白切黑，野心加黑切白，黑切白，白切黑也是能放上来的词吗？病娇也行，威严腹黑，圣母。
有点没招了，这是 OC 大调查吗？
就这样吧。还有啊，情绪稳定，你可以寻找几个你特别喜欢的角色，又要抄作业，哎，我受不了1999了。还要选职业，哇！您最希望看到的是？求你了，我不想给你抄作业，我想不出来，这种事情应该是你来做的，不是我来做的。还有身高特征越来越离谱，这都要我来。哦天哪，他还来问你要不要成为罐头。身材特征0分是看不出身体曲线啊，10分是曼妙身材。我不知道我的身材很曼妙，我没有看过1999的人的身高，哎，没注意过，应该说。雅仙吧，雅仙好像不是很高。服饰风格，我操，不要来抄，不要再问我了。你还希望看到什么元素？别来问我了，这种事情你自己去想。还有还原历史原型的严谨考据度。
有一说一，我是真没料到深蓝这次调查问卷居然会直接问玩家想要什么样的角色，这个东西只能说有好有坏吧。
圈 A
客
和
观上确
KAA
实
下划
帮不少玩
线
家排雷
317
了。
这集美
至
废话
少像社区
好多
里。一些单纯声音大的群体，对新角色造型、人设之类的提出质疑都可以用，人设造型都是玩家投出来的，反驳回去。对官方来说就是方便卖角色了。虽然更多人是强度抽卡的，但你2游剧本人设是基础，不去踩玩家在角色人设上的雷区，本就是你该做的。而且这个问卷注定了后面新角色的造型人设只会炒得更狠。可能有些玩家只是想说新角色人设不太喜欢，就会被攻击造型人设是大家投的。小众哥小众姐不喜欢就秀着，别说什么我在杞人忧天。现在这游戏不就有一群魔怔 CP 党，只要是他们磕的角色都要求绑定，完全抛开剧情里对角色的塑造。在我看来，一对真正好磕的 CP 需要的是优秀的人物塑造。只有当2个角色都有了足够的塑造，角色之间的互动才会让玩家觉得有意思，才会有大家喜欢的那些 CE。试问一下，优秀的角色塑造有错吗？角色之间有互动有错吗？给喜欢的 CP 做2创有错吗？既然都没错，有错的又是谁？当然是社区里那些故意带节奏2极管的蛀虫。我可以明确的说，这条问卷就跟官方卖 CP 的结果是一样的，既可以排除那些在社区里插科打诨的声音，用官方得到的数据让那些叫得比谁都大声的小众哥小众姐闭嘴，也可以带上另一批魔怔人，只要看到有人说新角色造型人设不对胃口，就会直接说角色形象人设都是玩家选出来的。小众哥小众姐收收尾，恶心那些单纯想在社区里吐槽一下的玩家。我还是那句话，我个人反对的只有社区里带节奏的蛀虫，我是不反对玩家在社区里表达自己的需求的，只是很多东西真的莫名其妙就被某些群体当枪使了，例子太多了举不过来了。我只希望我对这次问卷的担心真的是杞人忧天，而不是悍跳预言家。有一说
您希望未来的角色偏人形写实，还是更像幻想生物？
好，深蓝美术也是被逼疯。
欢迎收听黄金黎明电台，我是梦怀。昨天199发布了一则全新的问卷，进行了一次玩家喜好大摸底。2月4号下午6点就会结束，填完之后还有60雨滴，大家记得去看一看。在这则问卷里，除了对当前版本甘度玩法相关的提问外，比较重要的是对后续角色的提问。例如，你比较期待199中能够出现或展开描述哪些阵营的故事，并在选项中给出了植物化角色、人兽嵌合体、意识唤醒者、神秘学校、幻想种、财团公司、机器人、雇佣兵、血石怪、毒 立军事组织、考古队、反派势力等等多个选项，并且在选择后依旧还会询问你希望在这些类型的角色身上看到来自什么文化背景和艺术风格的表现，喜欢的书籍、电影或艺术作品。填的时候呢，可能需要多准备些资料了。此外呢，后续的问题还提出了你比较期待的新角色性别、角色年龄观感，希望这个角色和你关系如何，希望新角色的性格倾向如何，希望他具有什么样的性格特质，支配服从属性倾向如何，受教育程度如何，道德程度如何，情绪是否稳定，从事什么行业，社会地位如何，身材身高如何，穿着偏向什么样的风格，希望看到什么样的元素和细节出现在服饰上，希望新角色的外形异化程度如何等等一系列的问题。可以看得出来99是真的在认真了解玩家们的喜好，参考原子之心联动就是问卷填出来的，所以呢选择最多的很大可能就会成为新角色的背景或者是主要设计元素落地，大家一定要记得去填一下呀，说不定哪天自己喜欢的风格文化就落地了呢。好啦，这个就是今天的内容啦，我是莫怀，我们下期再见，拜拜。欢迎收听黄金黎明电台，我是莫怀。昨天一直有发布了一则全新的问卷，进行了一次玩家喜好大摸底。2月4号下午6点就会结束，填完之后还有6。
实验室智取安徽博物院参观秘诀。第一步，进入展厅禁止饮食，否则将会变成魔晶被封印在竹丝边、朱漆、描金龙纹、八棱形果核中。第二步，观展过程中请勿用手触摸展品，否则将会接受小程巡检的制裁。第三步，对展品进行拍摄时，请勿开启闪光灯。第四步，若连接不上西周路由器，可以寻找工作人员帮助，切勿使用拍打修理法。现在你已经初步掌握观展秘诀了，那么是时候来安徽博物院深入了解下这些跨越时间与你们见面的展品了。最后给大家拜个早年，祝大家新的一年健康顺遂，盆满钵满。实验室智取安徽博物院参观秘诀。第一步，进入展厅禁止饮食，否则将会变成魔晶被封印在竹丝边、朱漆、描金龙纹、八棱形果核中。第二步，观展过程中请勿用手触摸展品，否则将会接受小程巡检的制裁。第三步，对展品进行拍摄时，请勿开启闪光灯。第四步，若连接不上西周路由器，可以寻找工作人员帮助。
Version 1.7 is called Salvation. I'm going to listen to it, stop and start as I go, and see if I'm right. Actually, visitarte? The momentum build is cool. Some nice opera vocals, tenor vocals in the back. So 1.7 must be the Isolde chapter, which I recall being tapped to do a sponsored video for. Obviously, there's some operatic vocals in there that are really excellent. I love the momentum change. Throughout the whole piece, we really just have this kind of ramp up that works. We gradually build and build and build and build till we reach this kind of a peak. The whole piece is built around the idea of getting to the peak. And then we sustain there, and then it kind of fades away. You know, you get the lovely tenor vocals there near the middle end. In the beginning, we have that, she says Visidarte, which if you haven't played Reverse 1999, that particular part is dedicated essentially to the idea of this opera singer who's been experimented on, if I recall. It's really interesting stuff, actually. Visually, too, it's very striking because there's a lot of, if I recall, there's a lot of dark hues in this particular chapter, or this particular update. I love the undulation and the arpeggiation in the beginning. Right in here. Check this out. Listen how cool this is. And really what it comes down to is like, this is the idea of like musically, we have a concept of a breaking down of barriers, a breaking down of reality. We have a moment where all of a sudden the walls of life suddenly don't exist anymore. And so we are falling through the sky, falling into a pit of despair. We are uncovering a truth. And in this moment, there's agony, there's angst. In the sense of operatically, it is grand, it is big, you know, and it has this constant feeling of momentum, which I adore. And also, what I really like about this is that we are left with this feeling of slipping through the seams and uncovering the truth. And visually, I just want to see like where I'm at. And obviously, I'm speaking in broader terms than like visuals and stuff. But I'm curious if I'm sort of in line with what I thought. Yeah, so again, yeah, I was right. This is the Isolde chapter. So we end up getting, here's the stage. That all makes sense. And then what I find interesting is as we fast forward, there's this breaking of the glass and the papers are falling as we sort of, I wasn't looking at this before I lowered the browser. And so as we see the vocals and as things start to peak in the middle of the area, in the middle of the song, we have this tossing of the music notes and these envelopes, let's say, and the decay and the eruption of what we know. And then we also get that in visually as we break apart. And it's amazing too, because these EPs, everything goes into creating this format so that the vocals and the music matches the visuals, which is really important. And we have this breaking apart, the pushing through of the backdrop. Isolde back here, you know, her subconscious being broken by whoever this character is, and this sort of shifting of reality. It's interesting too how this character, as the high part with the tenors kick in, all this stuff. Here we have this character guiding through I really can't remember this character's name, moving through the darkness with this light, shining a light on life and reality, and ushering in hopefully a new beginning. And that's actually really cool visuals, how we have this rain in reverse and moving across the stage until the curtain, it looks like the curtain closes. It's a glimpse of the journey to uncover the realities at hand, and it's a beautiful little piece, isn't it? I really enjoyed that piece of music. Let's pop over to EP2. This is the 2nd anniversary special, Where All Paths Align. I was not plugged in for this, so I don't know what to expect. Oh, that's interesting. More of a technological sound. Pretty. It's about coming together here. Determination Determination, focus. It's really cool to re-emphasize notes and then go up. Determination. Yeah, and it's interesting because this is a pocket. So this song is, I'm not looking at the browser, just so you know. So this song is 3 minutes long, and I would say, I would venture to guess that the majority of this song is going to be about Verton's determination. Now, Verton, of course, being the main character who's trying to, solve problems before they happen and or fix problems that have already happened, if I recall the details of the story. And one of the most amazing things about this piece right here is how gentle and subtle it is. It's very elegant and very classy and very proper, which is Verton as a character, mind you, but also on top of that, we are getting a push into coming together and unifying the pieces of the puzzle, right? And there's a determination in that sound, like I mentioned as it was happening. Like that is really nice. And then re-emphasis and stuff. All that stuff's really powerful. But also too, this is very similar to EP1 where we're building up to something. Love that. Beautiful harmony. Truth we find. Beautiful, man. Actually, I don't know if it's actually gonna. Yeah, it's slowing down to then launch, I think. Yeah. No. Listen to the upper register.
宣威 VKAA 下划线317，听你的元神 OS 去。
So this is a classic bookend song style. In my experience listening to lots of these songs, the things that we tend to see is the previous song, Salvation, was an arc to a peak, right? To a climax. And then it kind of stayed and then a little bit of resolution. Whereas this is the bookend. We start the piece and we end the piece in the similar fashion with those. And I think that's all like to do with like Verton's past, processing things, contemplating things, putting things together. What I think is interesting here is that we don't ever peak. We don't ever go to the crazy drop or anything like that. Instead, what we have is a prolonged state of being, which is a beautiful thing that music can do that most media can't do, because we can sustain emotion through singing and through music, which is gorgeous. So you can have 5 minutes of the same exact emotion told in a bunch of different ways. And in this particular case, that's what I think we got. Looking back at this video, what I expect is a montage, second anniversary, because it's talking about where paths are all aligning. I actually think that we're going to see a through line where Verton's going to interact with each individual character. I don't know. I did not watch the video before as it was happening, but let's just have a skim through. But you see this art style, I mean, like, this is the thing that makes Reverse 1999, of course, blurry where I stop. This is what makes Reverse 1999 so interesting to me, is how beautiful the art style is. Like, look at this. This is gorgeous. It's always been gorgeous. I don't know who that is. This is the spin wheel of time. That's beautiful, isn't it? The visuals actually even enhance it slightly. Yeah, so it's a montage. It's a montage of all these different characters experiencing. Well, I was sort of right. I mean, it's almost like Vertin reflecting on these people, and then these characters all kind of having the same alignment. This is gonna make me re-download this game. I really like this game. Right. Yeah. Characters that are. Silent streams that flows in distant dreams will find. Okay, so yes, this is we're unifying against this character. Cool. In a way, I kind of think that this character is related to Vertin and some sort of a sibling or something. Yeah. So essentially, we have a common cause, and we're all aligned. I mean, that's literally in the music. Oh, it's her mother. I love how subtle that is, though. It doesn't bang you over the head with it. Like, everything's kind of still. There's a real balance. I love that piece, actually. That was gorgeous. Now, EP3 is Vertin's EP, and this is Unexpected Storm, which I do believe I have heard. And this is essentially, this song is about Vertin's life and purpose. And this is Adam Gutman, so I have heard this.
Who knew it would lead the world to pain? Lift away, I will stay my course, a word won't change me.
I don't know if Adam did this on purpose, and I should ask him. I want da da dee da dee da is almost identical to in Jesus Christ Superstar, the song Gethsemane. It's very similar, where there's a burden of responsibility in this song. There's a burden of things that have to be done and fixed by a single person, and that person needs to carry that weight throughout. I really think, and I'm not going to play the game for this particular song since I've heard it, and it's Vertin looking up at the rain and reflecting on life. But I love how we get the sound of the rain through some of the orchestral stuff, which is really beautiful. Seems to fill my veins. I will stand against the altar beyond. Storm is raging, twisting time, but my heart still know the truth is mine always. Hold the line, it's the end of the era, and I still survive. Rhythm is alive. Can I just talk about how gorgeous this is? I actually have goosebumps. I think one of the things that happens sometimes is that these games have music that is written by composers that are so phenomenal. And this music is as good, frankly, I think better than what we hear on the radio. You know, we shouldn't this or that music in general, but I really strongly feel that a lot of the pieces that I hear composed by folks like Adam are just so polished, and they really allow you to have emotion wash over you. And I love that in this piece we feel Vertin's commitment to pursuing this. You know, it's the end of an era and I'm still alive, because we're going through time to try to stop this. We're trying to reverse time and reverse these things that have occurred, which seemingly constantly occur. You hear the femininity in this. Actually, one of Adam's greatest strengths is, I think, writing for female characters, connecting to the deeper emotion through music and the subconscious and the subtext that occurs for these individual characters, but through music. Love that. Rhythm isn't right. beautiful.
Splashing in the wake of dancing feet. Reverse the years. Now the timeline's breaking. They can't shake me.
Do you hear how when we go truth defined, we have the drum set that kicks in, and it's a period, it's an exclamation point, it's an emphasis with the drum set. And then the ticking clock, the countdown. It's gorgeous. And the bubbles reflect Verton's struggles and the things that Verton has experienced in her life to get her to this point. Drum set kind of moving us along.
Is raging, twisting time, but my heart still knows. Know the truth is
Beautiful harmony descending down.
天黑和黑下划线317，九桃子都需要绞杀。
It's gorgeous, and then we end with the guitar syncing up with the vocal line. I mean, it's a beautiful song. It's honestly, it's hard to even talk about because it's so gorgeous, and it just like it washes over you. You know, there's a semblance of peace in this, and a semblance of like, okay, like I have a job to do, and I'm going to do it. And I love that at the end of this, visually, we move away from the rain and we have the sunlight. She looks up at the sky. It's beautiful. Love the rhythmic elements in this. It's a gorgeous piece of music. And again, I mean, this is the thing that's really cool about Reverse 1999 is that these EPs are so polished and so well done. Clearly, they care about their musical, landscape, which is why they, make sure to produce these things of high quality. Then in version 1.9, we have the special EP Reasons, which I've never seen, nor do I know the visuals of. So let's go back to what we were doing before, and eventually I'll circle back. Here we go.
Caught in a storm, everything is gone, and I'm fighting to become more than I am now. Flaws never showed, mind is still unknown, and I'm left to atone. Where is my way out in here again?
I'll be honest, so obviously the character is like contemplating, talking out loud about, struggles and journeys and stuff. It's very rhythmic. It's very syllabic. I'm still here, been here again. I don't know where I'm going. Not my favorite thing, only because it's a little bit static, and I much prefer legato and melody that flows. It's probably going to change, but just right off the bat, I'm like, I'm not crazy about that. But that's okay. Like it's actually still a beautiful piece, and it's nice to hear a male vocal, to be honest. Okay, a little harmony. there's an angst in this character that's really apparent, especially when we go into the upper register like that. I'm not really crazy about the piece itself and the singing. I'm not crazy about, but what I find effective is the fact that it does a good job of showcasing how this is a character that's isolated and alone, and there's a semblance of it's a little emo, not to diminish it because I don't mean it that way, but like it's the style is very like 2000s, well, maybe not 2000s, but when we usually do this like sort of shouted thing, it's a declamation, it's a pronunciation of a feeling, and so it's very pointed in that sense. It's not bad. It lacks a little je ne sais quoi, there's a little bit of, it's like, okay, it's hitting the marks, but it doesn't necessarily fill out. I do feel like this character is isolated, alone, contemplating existence, so on and so forth, and it's like, sad. It's very sad, right? Especially with the lower bass being the point there.
Caught in the storm, future is forlorn, and I don't know what is wrong.
I do like this better.
Can't figure it out. Hope becomes anew. Shadows coming true. My world is torn in two. Where is my way out? In here again.
I do like the upper register a lot.
Conquered it head on, and the dust turned into dawn. Found my way out.
Essentially, like trying to find a way out of a bad situation, right? Well, let's see what the visuals have to say about this.
Caught in a storm, everything is gone.
Oh wait, I think it's...
And I'm fighting to become.
Oh, okay, no, it's not. Okay, it's just male vocals.
Where's my way out in here again?
Oh, maybe this character... Okay, wait, hold on. So the music alludes to wanting to remove themselves from a particular scenario. This is interesting. This is the image. Oh my gosh, this is a famous painting that I can't remember the name of now. Essentially, death and isolation and being alone. Oh my gosh, it's a reimagining of a famous painting. I can't remember the name of it. That's cool. But okay, let's fast forward. So this is the main antagonist, if I recall. Yeah, it is, yeah. Or the organization. Yeah. Okay, so whoever this character is doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. And so the hand is outstretched saying, like, I'm torn in two, the way is forlorn, where's my way out? Meaning, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. How do I get out of this scenario? And then, look at this. I mean, these are all like the acolytes or the folks that are involved in this. And then, found my way out. And it's interesting because actually, like, this character doesn't look at this character, which is to indicate that, like, you know, there's no reason to go with them. And then in the end, it's all kind of the same. It's almost like here we are still stranded on this space, but now I know what I need to do, right? Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not like a bad piece or anything. It just didn't really appeal to me. But the emotional convictions are pretty interesting. And then EP5. This is Jessica's EP, Catch You Now. Now that I've heard this, I might have. Jessica, maybe I have actually. No, I've never heard this. It's sort of a coercion. It's not direct. It's not like heavy, you know.
Lost for the thrill of it. The stories are real.
宣威和 KAA 下划线317，那咋了？
There's no safety at the lake.
No safety at the lake.
Mysteries of fate. Wish I would believe so. And I'm gonna catch you now. Terrorists in the house of death. Come on, let me catch you now. Gonna feel my teeth sinking. Follow you into the night. Gonna let the nightmare win.
I mean, it's kind of a. Is she a centaur? Oh my god! Don't even tell me.
Reach out to the dark.
Centaurs, I had no idea. So I was surfing YouTube the other day for some tracks that I wanted to like turn the oven, eat the chicken, some timepiece. Weird. Then, you know, when the drop happens. I mean, there's a reason in the oven for rise and fall of the emotional experience.
那位人手鸟身的前辈，莫不是传说中的面猛鸟？真奇妙！我见过许多人穷尽所有追逐长生，他们却以一生去寻觅值得舍弃悠长寿数的理由。说到底，长生与否，不过是为了某个执念罢了。
这就是手提箱的内部。马蒂欧达曾多次提到过，很荣幸能造访这儿。我们之间有太多话题可聊，我并不急于此刻。
我刚刚看到了一位挎着包的姑娘，她似乎在跟自己的挎包交流。不用管她吗？是，在下只是觉得她总有些
下划线317。后排提示：
我撞见的那只小鹿，他在给2只玩偶举行什么乐园婚礼，可他都不知道恋人最终会被从乐园驱逐。还好我告诉了他。昨天我们做好了一整套新道具，你想来玩吗？你明明还很困，让我来帮你把烦人的家务都赶跑。
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Reverse 1999 reaction. Today we have Taxi Jam as requested by Miku, might also be Maiku, whichever one's accurate. But this is the song they wanted me to get to, so this is the one I'm going to be listening to today. And without further ado, let's go!
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Ah, so it is going jazz. A jam indeed. Oh, that's tasty. A little bit of dead space in that break there. Oh man, that was sick. That might be a first. I don't know if I've ever heard vocals used that way in this genre. Woo. Ooh. Take a step back. Little key solo. Ooh, a flute in there too? Man. Oh, God. Beautiful feathering on the kit.
KAA 下划线317，九考子就是这样的。
I love that triangle in there too. I've always loved that in jazz. It's honestly underutilized. Oh, God, I love that. That's such a cool break. Go over to the ride bell. Ooh. Taking a step back again. Might just be a repeat from earlier. Sounds like it.
圈 V 旁搜了下播放台，一点击退。
God. Big finish too. Ah, what a fucking banger. Where has that been? Why is that in the game? Freeform Manhattan Jazz is not something I anticipated to hear from this game. Not because they don't have the means to go for that sort of thing. It's just not a genre that I ever anticipate out of a mobile game, really. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, this is a very specific niche of jazz, and there's plenty of other more popular varieties of jazz, but Manhattan Jazz specifically has this flair to it. For those of you who are old enough to remember Hey Arnold, you know this sound, this specific flavor of New York Manhattan jazz that's just known to be in the basement, freeform style, couple of dudes doing what they love and just enjoying the process. And that's definitely the vibe I got out of the song. It definitely had that freeform energy, even though it definitely wasn't and was history as a musician either. A lot of other jazz styles do, but not this one. But for whatever reason, this one just hit.
你知道吗？1999的页面中用了大量的参考线，使页面在无形中增加了有序感。今天，小道露丝姐来教你这一实用的 PPT 技巧。在幻灯片中点击视图，勾选参考线，即可看到平面中心出现了水平和竖直两条参考线。参考线有吸附功能，因此这东西可以帮助我们对齐元素。比如，目前有了这两条参考线，我们就可以轻松放置元素到中心位置。 我们可以按照 Ctrl 的同时，用鼠标拖动出一条新的参考线出来，也可以单独拖拽参考线，通过移动位置来帮助我们对齐元素。水平线和竖直线都是类似的操作。我们可以到上方打开标尺，利用其中的数字对参考线的位置进行微调，也可以打开网格线，辅助进行特定的网格排版。利用好参考线。 可以做出许多既美观又清晰规整的页面，你学会了吗？你知道吗？1999的页面中
下划线317，你还选上 slide。圈 V 旁 miru 你 9不也是 PPT 演出。
你知道吗？
This one just hits different for me, and I've always loved.
Is accuracy important in a story set in the past, or can inaccuracy make it even better when done right? I enjoy reading the classics and historical fiction and watching period dramas or other things which aim to recapture different eras of the past. I particularly love stories based on true events, especially when they explore the lives of real people. Reverse 1999 embraces inaccuracy instead, which can trigger a hunt for historical Easter eggs and lead you towards endless Wikipedia rabbit holes. This time, I ended up poking through obscure but fascinating corners of Parisian history. I've never even been to France. How does that happen? First, a bit of context. Last summer, I finally got around to trying out Reverse 1999. Many people had recommended it to me, and it sounded very much my cup of tea, but I had so much else to do that I never got around to it, until BluePock reached out and offered to sponsor a video, and agreed to give me free reign to share my unfiltered thoughts about the game. Since then, I've continued playing, and haven't missed a single day. I've been meaning to make more videos about it, since there's a ton to talk about, but while I've been collecting thoughts and ideas, life keeps getting in the way, and this is one of those things which keeps getting pushed back. But now, BluePock reached out and offered to work together again, and gave me early access to this news story so I could share my experience with it. One of the most common expectations people bring to any historical fiction is that it should aim for accuracy. What many hope for is a window to the past, a chance to experience the lives of those who lived long ago, to see history through the eyes of people who were there, to explore the differences and the similarities to our modern world and feel our shared humanity across the ages. And if you're telling the story of specific events or specific real people, staying true to the details is extremely important. Many people judge these stories by this measure, and in a sense, this is objective. There are many layers to it. The little details of the era being portrayed can be vital. This is true of anything in fiction, but for many, it's the reason they look for these kinds of stories. Each person's level of familiarity with a given era will change just how accurate the details need to be for it to feel right. To an average person, most mistakes will pass by without any notice, and their enjoyment will depend more on how engaging the narrative itself turns out to be. To an expert, however, even small errors can shatter the illusion. Potatoes in a medieval meal, a breed of dog which did not exist until centuries later, even a note written on modern paper. People tend to forgive some slip-ups, but too many will leave them feeling like the story does not respect the era it's trying to evoke, and experts tend to care the most. And for a story to feel satisfying, it usually has to follow some kind of narrative structure, with comprehensible cause and effect which leads to a clear conclusion. Real life, meanwhile, is chaos, confusion, and coincidence, and lots of mere existence which does not conform to any meaning we might wish to breathe into events. Many aim for accuracy wherever possible, but even those will take shortcuts, fudge details, or skip over anything they deem unimportant to their goal of telling an engaging tale. And, as with the little details, there will be some people who know the minutiae of how things really happened, and their level of forgiveness for these shortcuts will depend on how well the story captures the bigger picture. Because in historical fiction, beyond the little details or the basic facts, there's a wider, deeper kind of authenticity which can buy forgiveness for any level of inaccuracy. When we know something didn't actually happen, or at least didn't happen like that, it's even more important that the series of events is plausible. A character's behavior reveals their inner world, assumptions they make about themselves and others, internal rules and subconscious scripts which shape their whole perspective, which options they can see, and the invisible walls which prevent them from even considering others. When these are authentic to the times, it feels like the story captures the soul of the era, which is by far the most important thing. When that soul is missing, even a story with incredible attention to detail can feel like a group of modern people doing cosplay. It takes a lot of effort to get all these kinds of details right. The more accurate a story is meant to be, the more each mistake will stand out. The further a story goes down that road, the more difficult it is to tell a satisfying narrative.
But while accuracy builds trust, creates constraints, and grants legitimacy, inaccuracy is a valuable tool as well when used with intent. It comes in many forms. Some emerge from necessity more than anything else, such as the compression of timelines in a wider-ranging narrative, which lets the writer focus on the parts of history which matter to the story they're trying to tell, and cut out anything which doesn't. But it can be taken further too, to the point where deliberate inaccuracies become as much an art form as any other aspect of the story. If the goal of historical fiction is to bring the past to life by blending fact and imagination, then anything which brings that goal to fruition is worthwhile, even if it actively works against that objective ideal of factual accuracy. Sometimes the soul of an era cannot be captured in minutiae alone, and something more is needed. One interesting technique which can fly under the radar is a composite character. Any true history is affected by countless people, far too many for even a longer novel to convey in any reasonable depth without becoming hopelessly confusing to the audience. But if you were to remove them from the story, then their influence on the events at play would be missing too. Each person's contribution might be small, but if you remove enough of them, then it can make the whole thing fall apart. The solution is to combine the traits, stories, or experiences of multiple real individuals into one fictional character who fulfills all of their roles while presenting a more understandable face to the audience. They represent the truth despite being entirely fictional, a perfect shortcut to make a complex situation more comprehensible in the time a tale is given. At the other end of the spectrum is the idea of a gender flip. In the gacha sphere, this is often just for the fan service, but there's so much more that can be done with this concept. It can be a fascinating way to examine the culture of the time and the people involved. Societal norms are often very gendered, and if you flip a single historical figure's gender and seriously consider the implications, you create a cascade of changes which can at once introduce fascinating new scenarios and challenges to overcome, and expose the intricacies of the era from a unique perspective. By the simple fact that most historically significant figures are men, it's rare to see a famous woman turned into a man. After all, many of the most familiar stand out because they took on traditionally masculine roles, and swapping their gender would result in nothing interesting. But I'd love to see something like a gender-swapped Helen of Troy, a man so beautiful that his abduction sparked a war. It can be a more natural fit for figures of myth and legend, since all their details aren't based on established facts. But even for the most well-documented historical figures, a gender flip can explore the nature of a person and the things they did from a completely new perspective. And there's always the entire genre of alternate history, which